can use. These account you can use to connect and then do your research. That wherever you are, whether you are here or you are here, you are not limited to whether you have a computer before you do your job. You can just go to any cafe and then connect. So what do? You just type BTC, BTC 197GH, and then that is the username. Then you type the password. Then you click login. So you connect, is connecting to the Church ERP Database.
The guy called me and he asked me about vitamin banana, but
so you connect. You are connected, right? So now we are using the this thing, the SQL window. We are using the SQL window. Now we are more concerned. The DML is what we use to design a database. I get it. That's what we use to design the database. Now, what we want to do right now is that I'm going to do a query. Let's do the last one. I want to do the last one so that you can see. From this how they write this, you can just try from. I have a table here called branches. Let me see. See this one. I want to use this one first. WCG and so this is I write select asterisk from WCG underscore branches. Then you can do that, you click submit. Now what did you do? This is the query language. This is the query language. Now it gives me what? The branches that are there. But normally it's not all the branches that I want sometimes, and not even all the things out here I want. Sometimes we want to, somebody may say, give me only the branch name, the phone. I get it. And I want this Tima branch. And they want to know information, they want to do something from Tima branch, and they will say, give me the distance. So you write like this, select branch name, telephone from Tima, from WCG branch. That's the table name. I think it's WCG branches. Where branch name equal single quote. Tima. I want to get the name of the branch, and then the phone. If I call there, I can get somebody, right? And then Tima people. So I do like this. Something is wrong here. It means that they say the telephone is not correct. I will see your place there. It's a branch phone. There is a mistake. You see? It's not telephone, it's branch phone. Okay. So we have to do a correct one. So these are the mistakes that you can find. It's not there. If you don't know the column name, it will give you error. So branch phone. Are you getting it? You have branch name, branch phone. You can even put a space so that you can show. You have to know exactly. You have to know exactly the column names and then the table name before you can do a query. From WC underscore branches, did you do that? Yes. Where branch name equals thing. So let's click submit and see what is whether it's correct or we still have error. Okay, it's there. Sorry, they didn't put anything in the branch here. Branch phone. Branch phone is empty. So it means that when they were entering the data, they didn't put the telephone for the people. Huh? So let's take another one. Let me take branch name equal WCG Medina. So I get the branch name, but I was not able to get the phone, which means that data entry was not correctly entered. Yes, WC Medina gave me the phone. So you can type it, you can type yourself. So most of the time the code is on, and then either you can, if you want to make a correction, just copy what is on top and then arrange. Instead of only typing the whole thing, you arrange like this. And then we have, I want to know actually the phone number of the one in charge of Medina branch. So we write WCG branch name, we got WCG Medina. So you can, the column, you must know exactly how the columns are written. You must know the table name. And then you must know, if I mention branch name like this, I have to know how they write data inside that branch. I know that the people wrote WCG space Medina. I know that. That is why I put. But if I don't know the data very well, I will have a problem. So if I do like that and run, it can come. You can your own, and let me see. WCG space Medina. Space, yeah. So run it. No code must be end from beginning and from end. Now my own, but if you put only, you didn't put branch code. And you put branch name, you didn't put comma. When you say branch name, you have to put comma first. And my own here, I even make a mistake. I put a space before WCG, so it becomes blank. I put a before WCG. When you mention a column name, you must put comma. Branch name is one column name. Branch phone is a column name. So if I put like this, I say branch name. There's comma here. There's a comma. Branch name, comma. Branch phone. Branch phone, I didn't put any comma from there. I'm not typing any other column. So select branch name, I put comma, branch full, I didn't put comma. If I have put maybe branch email, if I want to put branch email, are you getting it? Then I have to put comma. Are you getting it? Because it continues. By the moment I don't have any other one, I can't put comma. And here I make a mistake. My single quote, there is a space before W, so it didn't come. My own, so I have to delete the space. Single quote here, there will be no space. Again, before and after, because every space is a character. Again, every space is a character, so it will not be exactly. Your code will work, but you may not get any data. See this one. You see now, I get a record that martina@winnerscanner.org. So that is their email. So WCG Martina, I have the phone, I have the email.
The email address.
Yeah, no, it is like this. branch_email. Branch_email. That is the this thing. But how do I know that? Not email address, email. Yes, so run it and let me see. My own is working. Correct. You see it's working now. Now, how do I know this? Everything. The first I know is because I click on top here, branches. And then it's telling me that there's a table called WCG branches. I get it. Select all from WCG branches. So with that, if I run that, it gives me all the columns inside. When I say select all from W, it gives me all the columns. So I will write the column name. I will write the column name, branch ID. That table WCG branches. You have branch ID. You have branch name. You have branch_email. You have branch_phone. You have church name. You have country. You have sub-regions. You have continent. Okay. So this one you don't need it because it is because it is under the cloud. Okay. We registered this one. We didn't register this one under WCG cloud. We registered this particular one under BTC cloud. Okay. WCG is a church. It's Winners ERP Ghana, but they have their own cloud. We are not using their own cloud here. Are you getting me? We are not connected to their database. This one is generic, and we just recreate this one in BTC cloud, and then it's not a church. Are you getting me? But the church name is called BTC cloud. But this one is just for the purpose of learning. Are you getting what I'm saying? Their own cloud is a secure cloud separately somewhere. So if you have the access, you are. But this one that we are doing is only for the purpose of learning. So if you can check, you check from the branch name, you see WCG Martina, somebody called NS Strategy, somebody called WCG Tamale, WCG Mala. Can you see that? So if I want to query, I have to know this information. I have to know the information in the table. If I don't know the information in the table, how can I query it? I get it. So if they say that somebody has stolen, you are working a security service and they say somebody has stolen something, you don't know the name of the person, can you track the person? You can't track the person. So the first thing is that you have to know the name of the person, or you know his ID, at least one. You have to know anything about his passport, or you have to know national identification authority, the national ID, or you have to know from national insurance an ID from there, at least something from the person. And that will help. That's why we are building a national database. You get me? That's why we are building a national database, so that we can do investigation about when there's an issue anywhere, we can investigate the person. So here now we are using WCG branch as an example that gets information from the listing. So there's some ID. The branch also have ID, and I can use the ID. When I'm using ID, it's easy for me. Okay. I can say when I'm using ID, at that time I'll use what is in the ID. Let me use the ID. Let's select from WCG branch, where branch ID equal, let me say, 5. Now I want to see which branch is 5. So 5, I put single quote equal 5. I'm waiting for you to type your own. Select all. When I say all, is asterisk. In SQL, all column here, all the column here is called asterisk. This column, all of them. If I want to know all the column inside the table, I say asterisk. If I don't want all the column, I will use only some of the column. That is why I say branch name, branch code, branch email. At that time I didn't use asterisk. So 5 must be between single quote from the beginning to the end, not double quote, single. Double will work, but use single for the purpose of other things that you'll be doing in the subsequent other lesson. So let's run your own. What happened? There's an error. They give you an error because there must be something. You say WCG branch. You write WCG branches. See, my own is WCG branches. Not WCG branch, is WCG branches. Let me see again. It's WCG branches. I don't have 5. I have 6. Let me use 6. When I run my own, let's use 6. ID 5 is not there. We can use 4 or 6. I'm using 4. Okay, you use 4. You use 6. I'll use 4. Let's see whether it counts. Yes. You now run your 6 and let's see. Malam. It's not WCG Malam. My own, it shows somebody name called NSI. I don't know. Maybe a particular branch is called that. So let me check 11 and see. 11. Branch 11. Branch 11 is what? You see, 2 branches have the same ID. WCG Labadi and WCG Tamari. Okay. So it means that there are certain things that is done on this table because 2 branches are having the same ID. There must be something here. So all in all is that we can have this thing. You can use anything. You can use ID to query. I can use anything. So I must know what is inside. You must know what is inside. They have data already. They have data inside, but the interface will always be like this. Every SQL code has an interface like this, and okay. So when you get to a place, first. There will be, if they are putting you on a particular one, we have somebody who they will ask you which one do you use. That's the first question they ask for, who is using an SQL. Which one do you use? And you tell me, I use this one to run my code. There's no one. You have PLSQL, you have this one, you have PLSQL, you have Toad. All of them are different interfaces, but all in all, what is important is that you will have a very SQL. Okay.
So I guess I use the SQL.
The SQL language is almost the same. This one, whether you type it in Oracle, whether you type in SQL, whether you type in Postgre, whether you type in Access, anywhere, the code will remain the same. It is always select. You can use like this, or you can use the column names one by one. I get it. I don't need to use asterisk. Asterisk means I want to see what is inside or the column. But most of the time we don't use we use the column one by one. Now I'm going to do another one. There is let me use this one. So let me go back and then. So you have seen how SQL is written, right? Basics. Okay. Don't know whether I have anything. WCG zone. There's nothing in zone. It's also empty. But I can get something. We will come back to that later. Let me go to there is let me go to Fire Team and see what is there. Fire Team have information. Fire Team have information. You have some information there, but I'm not interested in that. Let's check this one. Select all. From zone. Select all from zones and see what is there. You see, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things in zone. There are a lot of information in zone. Can you see that? Correct. So we have a lot of information in zones. So I can check how many zones, because every church is divided into zones. Are you getting it? So if I take WCG Medina or WCG Tamari, how many zones is divided into? Are you getting it? Let me take WCG one zone called favor and one zone called love. So actually here the branch name is equal tema. The branch name equal tema. That means WCG tema. Here they didn't put WCG, they put tema. They create just tema. Are you getting it? So it depends on the one creating a branch. You can create his branch by playing WCG tema or tema. Tema, just tema. Yeah. So we have two. So in other words, we were checking first the branch. In the branch now we are checking the zone in the branch. In the branch. So let's now in a zone there must be in a zone is divided into what? Into cities. So we are going to check from the table cities whether tema is there. What are you doing? Now with the table city we have a JP city list where branch name equal tema. Let's do that. Oh, that means there's no branch name in JP city list. There's an error. So let's just put JP city list and see what is inside first. First of all, if you don't check what is inside the column with all, you can't get corrected. You have to say that first. So we have in this place we don't have We don't have branch, we have region. We have region. It's called region. The branch name here is called region. See. So branch we call region. So we will now write. You see the difference. So if I don't check, I can't get it. Select from JP city list where region equal thema. So here I'm going to check how many. No, region equal thema and then zone. Okay, I want to check with this one. I will check the zone. I will know the zone. I will know the city. So, well, it creates favor. It creates beauty city. Love. It creates selfless. So, in other words, it has only one. You have one for each. You're getting it. But some may be more than that. Let's use WCG. We are going to check the city in WCG. Let me see whether La Paz is inside. WCG La Paz. Yes, WCG La Paz is there. Okay, so WCG La Paz, there are a lot of cities created. So let's check. No, just space. WCG La Paz. So we have select from JP city list. Check very well here. JP city, and then we are going to add a lot of n and zone equal zone. We are going to add two things. Zone A. What I'm doing here is that I want the region and zone. I want to check what are the cities in zone A. The cities in zone A of WCG La Paz. So what are the cities? We say that WCG, every branch is divided into zones, and the zones will be divided into cities. So we are checking now in this place the zone A, the cities under zone A of WCG La Paz branch. Zone equal always I think let's put zone C instead of zone A. Zone C, so that we can see. Okay, let's run it and see. Always put asterisk for the beginning and the end. Okay, and we have 3 cities. We have Emmanuel, Abraham, and John. No, copy on top the one is there. Why you copy this one? No, we copy different. Copy what is on top. Copy this, all this. Copy, yeah. Paste. Yeah. So we have what? Select from JP city list, from region, from JP where region equal WCG La Paz, and zone equal zone C. Where region equal, you need to put equal. Region equal. Yes, equal WCG La Paz, and then But your zone, did you put single code at the end here? So you see? Are you sure? Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, run it, let me see. Okay, run it, let me see. Yeah, see a camera. You see? So you can use two, you can use in the where clause, you can use many operators. You are using equal and again, equal again. I can use it or, I can use or, I can use and, I can use nor. Okay, all of them are there. Not in. Sometimes we can say not in. All these are operators that nor is like not in. So you can use all that. So now we are able to find, we have a manual. So let's continue. You said that branch is divided into zone. Zone is divided into cities. City is divided into families, right? So let's check in this Emmanuel and Abraham. Is there any family inside another? Okay. Let's check whether there's any family another. So we will now have select all from JP city list where region equal. Here region is like why you don't got WCG La Paz? No, I will not do that first because I want to go for branch city family. So JP family. Just type select all from JP family and we see what is in JP family first before we. So in JP family we have WCG La Paz is there. Okay, so let's region. It's also region. So also region. I will just say region where now I have region inside. So I'm not afraid now. Where first of all you need to find out what is inside the table. Where region equal WCG La Paz and zone equal zone C. First of all, let me do that and see what is there. Oh, nothing. Something wrong. Give me empty. Is what you read? Okay, you finish. Let me just do the region and see because how come they give me empty? So let me just I have region. I have it didn't create anything. So see, can you see that? Zone C is empty. So let's no family in zone C. So basically we may have a family in zone A. So let's take. So actually nothing was wrong, everything is correct. Zone equals zone A. So I'm checking zone A. So zone A we have family, but let me check zone A. Let's check favor city. We have favor. One city called favor. Zone A. I'm taking one city in zone A whether there's a family inside that city. You understand? And then another end will come. The family name equal the favor. City name, not or city. Is this city or city name? Is city. and city equal favor. You can check very well before I run it. Region equal WCD La Paz, and zone equal A, and city equal favor. That means in a zone, in a branch, WCD La Paz, zone A, city favor, you want to check the families in the city. So let's run it. Are you sure it's correct? Yes. They are family. We have 3 families: joy, peace, and humble. So you have to check your code again. No, it's empty. Check. Your code is not wrong, but there is something that you type wrong. So when the code runs, it means that the code is not run by the data part from JP family, where WCD La Paz and zone equal. You didn't put and zone A, and zone equals zone A, and zone equals zone A, and zone equals zone A. And zone equals zone A, and city equals favor. Everything. Good. So now, what we have done here is that we go through some tables. Table branch, zone, city. We have WCG branch. We have zone, JP cities, and then JP family. I'm just writing for you so that you can see. So these are the what we have used. We have used this one. So if you know, so these are somebody created these tables. Okay. So you are learning. I started from the third part of what? The component, right? The first component is DTS, the second one is DML, the third one is a query language. And I'm using the query language, but that's the easiest one. Now, before we come to this place, somebody have created this one. Oh? So you must also do your own. That is why we come to DDL. That is what we say. We are talking about DDL. As a SQL component, we have what? SQL component. I've already told you, I just want to write for the purpose of DDL. Data definition language. 2. DML. Data manipulation language. And third, query language. And I also call it data mining reporting language. Because that's what we use to do data mining. And what I have done so far is data mining. I'm querying things, finding things out. That's the basic of what? Getting information. And I get information of what are the branches created here, what are the, and I take one branch to find out what are the zones created inside the branch. Then I take the zone, what are the cities created inside the zone. Then I take one city, which is favor city. What are the family created inside the what? The favor city. And I saw joy, peace, and humble. Now I was saying that it is somebody who did that, right? Somebody who created that, and we are enjoying. So we must do our own by creating our own table. And most of the time, I can decide to create a table that will register students. For learning purpose, I can decide that if I want to register a student, what are the tables that we use to register? When you come to register here, you type your surname, you type what? Your first name, you type other name, and you type gender, and you type a date of birth, place of birth, nationality, marital status, and then we type association, a place of residence. Are you getting me? This is a table. Are you getting me? And I have a picture, so I can also put a picture, another field for picture. Huh? So that is when you are going to build your database. If they say, develop a software for me that is, then you need to create a table. So the first thing I'll write was create table. That's DDL. I'm using DDL now. So now I'm going to do my own job. What you did first was somebody's job that you are doing. Somebody built his own. Huh? So you want to build your own. If you want to build your own, you do your own. So I call it registration. Let's call it student registration. Sometimes we don't necessarily do, or I can say student registration. You know that is extra. So I open the bracket like this. Then I write surname. First name, based on what is on the form. Gender, other name, right? No space. No space will be within the names. Gender. And date of birth. Place of birth. Let me enlarge this very well so that you can. Place of birth. Nationality. We have country. We have religion. Then we have marital status. One way. We have association. I belong to. Place of residence. And well, let's say, and then picture. Good. Now I have to, when I write this, these are the columns of the table. Now what are the things that will be entered in columns? Look, when we see that, we saw they enter some things in things. So how many characters that I want to limit? Is it going to be maximum 20 characters, 40 characters, the same name of people? Are you getting it? Those that will be entered, their surname. How many characters will be maximum? I have to limit it. I can't allow people to type anything. So, if you want that, you say VACA. Let's say 770. I may have given them a lot of space. People's surname should not be more than 70 characters. Can you see that? And I'll put comma, first name. I also anybody name to be more than 70. And I'll put comma, other name, space, VACA. I don't want anybody other name to be more than 70. VACA means alphanumeric character. That is, people can type alphanumeric. Gender. Gender will be either male or female. So I can say VACA 10. It don't be more than that because either male or female is not plenty. Then date of birth. Here I'll put date. I want that people to type date information. Okay, because date is a specific data type. VACA, those things, the alphanumeric data type. Are you getting it? The type of data that people are going to put inside. So I use date, I use VACA for the alphanumeric one. That is when we are using single quote from the beginning, beginning and end. Those that have VACA, we use single quote for them. Are you getting it? So date of birth, place of birth is VACA. Or place of birth is also VACA. So I can put 50. Nationality is VACA. I put maybe 50. Country is VACA. I put 50. Religion, VACA. 40. Comma. And the marital status, that one can also be 10, right? Because it's not 20, so I can just say 10. Now, association, VACA. Some association can be very long, so I can make big for them. Let me put 100 for them. And then place of residence, that's also I put maybe 70. Then picture, I put VACA. Why I put VACA? Because I'm just going to store here the link of the photo. I get it. Where the photo is located, I'll store it inside so that when they select any student, it will connect to the photo of picture. So I'm going to store the link here. So here I put, let's say the link can be very long. So let me put something like 40 so that tomorrow I will know. Now at the end, I don't put comma. The last one, I won't put comma. So when I am doing VACA something, I'm putting comma, 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 date. Comma must be here. Comma, 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 comma. Here too must have comma. But when I come to the last one, no, I put no comma. And I close the bracket. I open from here, and the one I close it here. So with this one, I am now defining my database. I get it. I'm doing a definition of my database. That is why we call data definition in my language. I'm defining that, say it's set name, a table name with student registration, and then the columns, we have same name, other name, gender, and I have to define how many characters will be in each of them. So this is what they call DBA job. I get it. You are now creating, it's like you are developing a software. That is the starting point of developing a software. This is where the data is going to be stored. Are you getting it? This is where we will store the data. So when I do that, I click submit. Well, it tells me there's an error somewhere. Gender, VACA. Okay. You say from gender place. Are you getting it? Oh, picture. Okay. You say from gender place. Okay. Now let's go. If you tell you there's an error, then you have to. Let's use date time here. Gender, VACA, 10. Date of birth, date time, place of birth. Let me run this one and see. Gender, we still have place of birth, nationality, apply. Okay, let's check one by one. This is what they call debugging. So we have to find, we have to check where the error is. Are you getting it? You have to look for it until we find it. Gender. There's no space here. See that? See, there's no comma. Are you seeing that? Good. So that's one error. That is one error. So we have found one error. Are you seeing that? Good. So let's go. When you are writing code and there's an error, you don't get that free. You don't say, hey, what is going on? No. You have to find out what is happening. Why it's not working? Since we know that you have to work and you don't work, it's not working. That's what you should find out. So we find that there's no comma somewhere. Now, it said it's created. The table already exists. That means he has created it. So let's say select all from stud registration. Oh, we just create school registration. Yeah, we want to find out. See? There's nothing inside. So we have created our own database. That is what we call creation of database. So first of all, we use somebody thing to work. The code that I wrote right now. Oh, you want to copy it, right? Okay, let me get it for you. You have to reload this one and get it. Let me get it for you so that you can. I'll copy it so that you can use it. I'll take it later. Good. So that's it. Created your own database. Now I've created a database. How from student registration. Okay, so now if so, I just use one DDL code. There are many DDL codes, are you getting? But I'm introducing you to SQL component. Are you getting? I said the first one is DDL, the second one is DML, the third one is query language, data mining reporting language. Are you getting? So, but we start with the data mining reporting language because we don't have data. You need to understand something. We don't have data, and we use somebody's data, or in order to understand. Because if you are going to do SQL, you don't know where it starts from. Because when they started SQL first, the people, first of all, they were talking about query language, how to query data. Are you getting it? They were not thinking about creating some query language. That's why they call it structured query language. So we started with the query language. Are you getting it? Then now I come to the DDL to do one DDL for you to see. But I'm not going deeper in that because the whole course will revolve around these three components. You understand? It's going to revolve around these three components. So I'll just give you one aspect of it and I'll leave it like that. Now going to one aspect of what DML. When we say DML, we have three. DML, we have insert, update, delete. DML use these three codes. So I'm going to use one of them. I'm going to use insert. I'm going to insert surname, name, other name. So I say insert into registration. I want to insert into surname. First name. Other name. I want to insert into only these three things. I want to put some value inside. So this is how we do it. Surname. Surname is like this. My first name, Augusta. Always have to put in single quote that I teach you at the beginning. Augusta. And then my other name is Kojo. So like this. This is insert. Insert is data entry. Are you getting me? So DML is for data entry. When you go to a bank, people are saying and they are typing data. They are using insert. But they can't write this code. If you tell people to write this code before they enter data, they will never finish. So this code is encapsulated behind something which we call a form. Are you getting it? We put it behind a form. So they can type data. Are you getting it? So with this one now, like this. So this is my code. Insert into student registration. Let me just break it into pieces. Insert into student registration value. So the code is like 3. See. Insert into what? The table name. Student registration. They did like this. Today will go to surname. Like this one will go to this place. The order. Augustine will go to this place. And then Kojo will go to this place. And I run it. We'll see if there's error, we'll correct. You keep quiet, that means it means that it works. So I say select all from student registration. run it 3 times, so it will come twice. You see? So it has it goes to only the 3 fields I mentioned. So if I mention all the columns, I have to provide information for all of them. But because it's very long, I don't want to provide for all. I just provide for 3, just for the purpose. So you can see here that data that we have typed, we have been querying it, is because somebody have done a set. But they didn't do a set that they use what? They use form. So if I do we take create branch, you see this one. So if I type information here now, let's say I'm creating a branch, like we have seen a branch. I'm creating a branch. Let's say Pentecost, Church of Pentecost. Church of Pentecost, Kaswa. Then it's in Kaswa town, right? Kaswa market. That's where it's located. Pent at. Is it email? Pent at gmail.com. And then phone 0233 and I click create. We will look for it inside the branches. Church of Pentecost, right?
Yes.
Might be somewhere. You see, this is my Kaswa, this is it. Pent at gmail.com. Now, what happened here is that the insert that I have typed, it capture from what I typed and build the insert and send it. Okay, that's software development is like that. Okay, when you are developing a software, you have to create a table and learn this SQL code to put it there and make a form for people to type inside easily because they can't type this insert. Are you getting me? So this is programming. Don't you see it's easy? Programming is not anything. It's very simple. If you can create a table, you can be a software developer. So if you want to learn a programming, you have to learn first you have to learn SQL first and understand SQL first and the SQL component first. If you don't know that, you can't do the job. Sometimes people start from top. They teach you some other things before they come to SQL, and then you're already confused before they come to SQL. Are you getting it? You are confused before they come to, but SQL is the first thing. Now, if I want to use the next one, I can say delete. I can update. Let me update. Update student registration. It's it can be small. It doesn't matter. The command can be any number. But table, the way you put it, that's how you have to set at gender equal name. Where surname equal with it. But before I do that, let me get a code for you. Because we have not oh. But it's a simple code. I can just replay it first. There's no need. Let me just put the update is the most complex one. There's one here. There's set. It is set, right? Set. So let me put it here so you can see it very well. Again, we create a table, we insert Because we say that VML is insert, update, delete, right? Update is to modify something. I want to add the mail to that record. Again, if I want to modify something, I have to use update. I say update the table name. I say set. Now put the column that I want to modify, and then I'll put email because there was nothing there, so I have to put email there. I can do for all the columns, again, and put so many things there. And I say where send email call who they. So I do like that. I think the code is here, right? Good. So I run this one. Now I say select all from stored registration. Now see that gender will have male. You see? Good. Now let's, I think we run insert again. They said we run it because we go and so we run many times. Okay, now let's do delete. Delete is delete or it's faster. I'm very fast, right?
Yes, you're very fast.
Don't worry about that because you will get a video. The code is there, you can practice. Delete from stood registration. So it means that if delete is dangerous, so don't use it. Yes. Okay, I use now everything will wipe out from here. See, if you use delete, always use square. But here we have only one record. Where there is surname equal Ude. I want to clear all the people who are confident in the system. So when I do like this, it means that I've finished. Everything is gone. See, there's an error. So let me check. And you don't have, you have to create first. Okay, we are the same database. You can do it. Yeah, we are on the same database, so there's no issue. But you have to, when you finish this one, in order to, what's the name of the and run it already. Execute the remix. You see? Like that. We don't say, oh, okay. I say select, it should be delete. Just say delete. And we don't say, don't put asterisk there. Where send it. Yeah, do it there. Run it there, let me see. There's no or. Yeah, so run it. Nice. So it means that it's deleted. Let's just select all from registration and see whether it's still there.